A woman texted your special person 3 times last night, and what she sent carried a weight you can't ignore. Each message landed like a quiet spark in the darkness, stirring something deep, something that could shift the ground beneath your connection. This isn't just a story about texts, it's about what they revealed, what they tested, and what's waiting for you now. Don't turn away. Stay with this, because what's coming will change how you see everything. The first message came soft, almost innocent. I was just thinking about you. Simple, but heavy. It wasn't just words, it was a pull, a tug at a thread from the past, trying to unravel what you've built. Your special person saw it light up their phone, and for a moment, their world paused. They didn't reply, but their eyes lingered, caught in a memory they thought was long buried. Minutes later, the second message arrived, sharper this time. Do you ever wonder what we could have been? It wasn't just a question, it was a challenge, a whisper of doubt meant to slip through the cracks of their mind. Their fingers hovered, heart beating a little too fast. They didn't answer, but the silence wasn't empty. It was loud with thoughts of you, of promises made, of moments that felt like home. Then came the third. Not words this time, but a photo. A snapshot from a time before you, meant to stir something old, something reckless. It sat there on their screen, glowing in the dark, daring them to step back into a life they left behind. They stared at it, not because they wanted to, but because it forced them to choose. And in that moment, something bigger was watching. Don't move. Stay here. Because this isn't just about what she sent, it's about what happened next, and it's bigger than you can imagine. Your special person didn't type a reply. They didn't slide into the trap. Instead, they closed their eyes, and your face came to mind. The way you laugh when you're tired, the way you listen when they're falling apart, the way you make chaos feel safe. That's what stopped them. That's what held them steady. The universe was watching, and it wasn't quiet. It sent a breeze through their room, a chill that felt like a nudge. A voice, not audible but clear, whispered, "Remember who's been there." And they did. They remembered you. Not her, not the past, but you, the one who stayed when the world felt heavy, the one who made them believe in something real. But the night wasn't done. As they sat there, phone still in hand, a sound broke the silence, a soft knock at their door. Their heart jumped. They set the phone down, screen still glowing with her name, and moved toward the sound. No one was there. Just the quiet of the night, but it felt like a sign, like the universe was saying, "Pay attention." When they picked up their phone again, a fourth message waited. Not from her. From someone else entirely. Just one line, "You deserve better than games." That single sentence hit like a wave. It wasn't just words, it was truth, breaking through the fog. Your special person sat back, their breath uneven, realizing this wasn't just a random night. This was a turning point, a moment where everything could shift. And it did. Because in that moment, they saw it clearly, her messages weren't about love. They were about control, about testing a bond she could never understand. Don't turn away now. Because what's unfolding is bigger than a few texts. It's about what your connection is made of, what it can withstand, and what it's becoming. That woman, the one who sent those messages, thought she could slip back into their world. She thought she could stir doubt, pull them back to a time when things were different. But she didn't know you. She didn't know the quiet strength you bring, the way you've built something real without ever needing to shout it. That night, while she waited for a reply that never came, your special person did something unexpected. They didn't open her photo again. They didn't scroll through old chats. They opened their photos and found you instead, a picture of you smiling, caught in a moment they'll never forget. And that's when it hit them. You're not just someone they love. You're the one who makes them feel like they're home, no matter where they are. The universe saw that choice. It felt the shift. Something moved in the air, like a door closing on the past and another one opening wide. Angels, energy, something divine, it was there, wrapping around your bond, shielding it from the noise. They didn't need to reply to her. They didn't need to explain. Their silence was their answer, and it was louder than any words could be. Stay with this, because the story doesn't end there. The next morning, light broke through in a way it hadn't before. Your special person woke up different, not confused, not torn, but certain. They looked at their phone, and instead of checking for her, they searched for you. They typed your name, pulled up your messages, and just sat there, letting the truth settle in. You were the one who stayed steady. You were the one who didn't need to fight to prove anything. But the woman who sent those texts? She wasn't done. She sent another message at dawn, casual, like nothing had happened. "Hey, you okay?" she wrote, as if her words could erase the weight of the night before. But your special person didn't even open it. They swiped it away, deleted the thread, and let her fade into the background. No argument, no confrontation, just a quiet choice to protect what matters. And then, something else happened. A friend reached out, someone who knew her, someone who'd seen her game from the outside. "She's been talking about you," they said. Showing old messages, trying to stir things up. That's when it clicked. Those texts weren't about reconnecting. They were about breaking something. Something sacred. But they failed. Because what you and your special person have isn't built on sand. It's built on something stronger, something that can't be shaken by a few late-night pings. Don't look away now. Because this is where it gets real. The universe doesn't let truth stay hidden for long. That woman's actions are starting to catch up with her. People are seeing through her, noticing the cracks in her story. She thought she could rewrite the past, but all she did was show who she really is. And your special person? They're seeing it too. They're seeing you in a new light, not as someone they chose, but as someone they can't imagine being without. That morning, they did something small but powerful. They wrote your name in a note, not to send, but to keep. A reminder of what's real. And as they wrote it, the air felt different, lighter, like the weight of the night had lifted. They didn't need to tell you everything yet. They didn't need to explain the storm they just walked through. Because deep down, they knew you'd feel it. You'd know something had shifted, even without words. And you did. That same morning, didn't you feel it? A quiet calm, a warmth in your chest, like something heavy had finally let go? That was the universe talking to you, telling you that you didn't lose anything. You gained something. Clarity. Strength. A bond that's been tested and come out stronger. Stay here, because this isn't just about what happened, it's about what's coming. That woman's messages were a spark, but they didn't start a fire. They lit up the truth instead. They showed your special person what they already knew but needed to feel, that you're the one who makes their world make sense. And now, they're ready to show you, not just with words, but with everything they are. The day moved on, and the world felt different. The sky seemed brighter, the air softer. Your special person carried that feeling with them, like a secret they couldn't wait to share. They didn't check their phone for her anymore. They didn't wonder about the past. They thought about you, about the way you make them laugh, the way you see them, the way you've built something together that no one else could touch. And then, just before the sun dipped below the horizon, their phone buzzed again. Not her. Not a game. It was a message from someone unexpected, someone who knew the truth. She's been lying, it said. She wanted to pull you apart. Attached was proof, words she'd shared with others, plans she'd made, a truth she thought would stay hidden. But the universe doesn't let lies hide forever. It brings them to light, and that light was shining now. Your special person read it, and instead of anger, they felt relief. Because every word confirmed what their heart already knew, you're the one who matters. You're the one who's real. They didn't call her out. They didn't need to. They just let the truth settle, let it wash away the last traces of doubt. Don't move now. Because this is where the story turns. That night, they sat down, phone in hand, and started typing. Not to her, not to anyone else, but to you. They didn't rush. They didn't overthink. They just let the words come, honest and raw. I need you to know something, they wrote. It's always been you. And when they hit send, the air felt different. Like a weight had lifted, not just from them, but from the whole world around them. You didn't see it yet, but you felt it. That sudden peace, that quiet knowing that something had changed. That was their truth reaching you, crossing the distance, finding its way home. And when you finally read those words, your heart didn't race, it softened. Because this wasn't just a message. It was a promise, a choice, a truth that had been tested and proven. Stay with this, because the universe isn't done. That woman, the one who thought she could break you, is seeing her world shift too. Her words are turning against her, her plans unraveling like a thread pulled too tight. People are talking, not about your special person, but about her, about the way she tried to twist something pure. And she's feeling it now, the weight of her own choices, the truth she can't outrun. But this isn't about her. It's about you. It's about the way you stayed steady, the way you trusted without knowing, the way you let love lead even when it felt like chaos. You didn't chase. You didn't beg. You just were, and that was enough. That's why the universe is working for you now, moving pieces you can't even see, aligning things you didn't know needed aligning. The next morning, the world felt new. Your special person woke up with a clarity they hadn't felt in years. They didn't check their phone for drama or doubt. They looked for you. They thought about the way you make them feel, safe, seen, whole. And they knew, without a single question, that you're the one they'll choose every time. They didn't tell you everything yet. They didn't need to. Because love like this doesn't need a script. It just needs truth, and they're ready to give you that. Not just in words, but in the way they show up, the way they stay, the way they choose you every single day. And you? You're feeling it too. That shift, that lightness, that quiet knowing that something bigger is at work. The universe didn't just protect your bond, it strengthened it. It took those 3 messages, that fleeting storm, and turned it into something unshakable. Something real. Don't turn away now. Because this is where it gets beautiful. The days ahead are going to feel different. You'll notice it in small things, a random song that feels like it was written for you, a moment of laughter that feels like a gift, a look in their eyes that says everything without saying anything. These aren't accidents. They're signs, reminders that you're exactly where you're meant to be. Your special person is changing, not because of what happened, but because of what they saw in you. They're seeing you now, not just as someone they love, but as someone they can't imagine losing. And they're ready to prove it, not with grand gestures, but with the quiet, steady truth of showing up for you. The woman who sent those texts. She's fading now, not just from their phone but from their world. Her messages didn't break anything, they built something. They showed your special person what matters, what's worth fighting for, what's worth keeping. And that's you. Stay here, because the universe is still moving. It's bringing you something bigger than closure, it's bringing you peace. The kind of peace that comes when you know you're loved, not just in words, but in choices, in silence, in truth. You didn't have to fight for this. You didn't have to prove anything. You just had to be, and that was enough. The next time your phone lights up with their name, it won't bring questions. It won't bring doubt. It will bring a feeling you can't explain but will never forget. A feeling of home, of truth, of something that no one can touch. Because what you have isn't just love, it's divine. It's protected. It's yours. And as the days turn into weeks, you'll see it more clearly. The way they look at you, the way they listen, the way they choose you even when the world gets loud. That woman's messages were a test, but they weren't for you, they were for them. To show them what's real, what's worth holding on to, what's worth everything. Don't move now. Because this is your story, and it's just beginning. The universe is writing something beautiful, something that will make every moment of doubt feel like a distant memory. You're not just loved, you're chosen. And that choice, that truth, is stronger than any text, any temptation, any storm. The night after those messages, the air felt different. Quiet, but not empty. Your special person sat alone, not scrolling, not searching, just thinking. Thinking about you. About the way you make them feel like they can breathe, like they can be themselves without trying. And in that quiet, they made a promise, not to you, not yet, but to themselves. A promise to never let anything come between what you've built. They didn't tell you about the messages. They didn't need to. Because some battles are fought in silence, and this one was theirs to win. But you felt it, didn't you? That shift, that moment when the world felt a little lighter, a little clearer. That was their choice reaching you, crossing the distance, finding its way to your heart. And now, the universe is working overtime. It's moving things, aligning moments, clearing the way for something bigger. You'll see it soon, a message, a look, a moment that feels like it was written in the stars. Because it was. This isn't just a love story. It's a divine one, and you're at the heart of it. As the next day unfolded, the world seemed to carry a new rhythm. Your special person walked through their morning with a lightness they hadn't felt in weeks. The weight of those texts, the pull of the past, was gone, replaced by a quiet certainty. They didn't need to check their phone for her anymore. They didn't need to wonder what could have been. They knew what was real, and it was you. They went about their day, but you were there in every quiet moment. When they sipped their coffee, they thought of the way you always tease them about how they take it too sweet. When they passed a park, they remembered the time you both got caught in the rain, laughing like kids, not caring about the world around you. Those memories weren't just thoughts, they were anchors, pulling them back to you, reminding them why their heart feels steady now. Meanwhile, the woman who sent those texts was starting to feel the shift too. She checked her phone, waiting for a reply that never came. Each passing hour made her doubt herself a little more. She thought she could pull them back, thought she could stir something that would break what you have. But she didn't know the strength of your bond. She didn't know that love like yours doesn't bend to games. Don't turn away now. Because the universe is weaving something beautiful. That afternoon, your special person did something small but meaningful. They saved a photo of you as their phone's background, not to show anyone, but to remind themselves every time they looked at it. That simple act felt like a vow, a quiet promise to keep you close, to choose you even when no one's watching. And you? You were going through your day, maybe unaware of the storm that had passed, but feeling its aftermath. A strange peace settled over you, like the world was whispering that everything was okay. You didn't know about the messages, didn't know about the battle they'd fought in silence. But you felt the victory. You felt the love that came out stronger on the other side. That evening, the sky turned gold, the kind of sunset that feels like a gift. Your special person stood outside, watching the colors fade, and thought about you. They thought about the way you make them feel like they're enough, like they don't have to be anything other than themselves. And in that moment, they knew they needed to tell you, not just with a text, but with something real, something that carried the weight of their heart. They went back inside and pulled out a notebook. Not their phone, not a fleeting message, but something tangible. They started writing, letting the words spill out. I don't know if you'll ever understand how much you mean to me, they wrote. But last night, I saw it clearly. You're my home. You're my truth. They didn't send it yet. They folded the paper, tucked it away, and let the words sit, knowing they'd find their way to you when the time was right. Don't move now. Because this is where the story deepens. The universe doesn't just test love, it refines it. Those 3 messages weren't meant to break you. They were meant to show you both what you're made of. And what you're made of is something rare, something that can't be shaken by whispers or doubts. It's the kind of love that grows stronger in the fire, the kind that comes out shining. The next morning, you woke up with a feeling you couldn't explain. A warmth, a lightness, like the world had tilted in your favor. You didn't know why, but you felt them, your special person, closer than ever. Maybe it was the way you smiled at your reflection, or the way a random song on the radio felt like it was meant for you. These weren't just moments. They were signs, the universe's way of saying, you're on the right path. Your special person felt it too. They carried you with them all day, in every thought, every breath. They didn't need to check their phone for drama anymore. They didn't need to wonder about the past. They knew where their heart belonged, and it was with you. They started planning something, not grand, not flashy, but real. A moment to show you, not just tell you, how much you mean. Meanwhile, the woman who sent those texts was starting to see the truth catch up with her. People were talking, not about your special person, but about her. About the way she tried to twist a story that wasn't hers to tell. Friends who once listened to her now saw through her words. Her own actions were unraveling her, like a thread pulled too tight, snapping under its own weight. She didn't expect this. She didn't expect the truth to be louder than her lies. But this isn't about her. It's about you. It's about the way your love stood tall, even when you didn't know it was being tested. You didn't chase, didn't doubt, didn't let fear take over. You trusted, and that trust sent a signal so strong it reached the stars. The universe felt it, and it's working for you now, moving mountains you can't see, clearing paths you didn't know were blocked. That night, your special person sat down again, this time with their phone. They didn't type right away. They looked at your name, at the photo they'd set as their background, and let themselves feel it, the weight of what you've built, the lightness of what's to come. Then they started typing. Not a long message, not a grand speech, but something simple, something true. I need to see you, they wrote. There's something I have to say. When they hit send, the world felt different. The air was lighter, the stars brighter. And you? You felt it before you even saw the message. A warmth in your chest, a quiet knowing that something was coming. Something real. Something yours. Don't turn away now. Because this is where the story becomes yours. The next day, you saw their message, and your heart didn't race. It steadied. You knew, without them saying it, that this wasn't just a text. It was a turning point, a moment where everything aligned. You replied, not with questions, but with trust. I'm here, you wrote. And those two words carried more than you knew. The universe was listening. It saw your heart, saw your strength, saw the way you chose love over fear. And it's rewarding you now, not with drama, not with chaos, but with peace. The kind of peace that comes when you know you're loved, not just in moments, but in every choice, every silence, every truth. Your special person didn't tell you about the messages. They didn't need to. Because love like this doesn't need explanations, it needs presence. And they're ready to be present, not just today, but every day. They're ready to show you, not just with words, but with actions, with choices, with a love that no storm can shake. The days that followed felt different. Lighter, brighter, like the world was in on a secret. You noticed it in small things. The way a breeze felt like a whisper, the way a stranger's smile felt like a sign. Your special person noticed it too. They started showing up in ways they hadn't before, not with grand gestures, but with quiet truths. A text to check on you, a call just to hear your voice, a look that said everything without saying anything. And the woman who sent those texts? She's a shadow now, fading further with every step you take together. Her words didn't break you, they built you. They showed you both what you're capable of, what your love can withstand. And what it can withstand is everything. Stay with this, because the universe is still writing your story. It's not done yet. There are moments coming, moments of laughter, of quiet, of love so deep it feels like it was written before you were born. You didn't just survive those 3 messages. You became something stronger because of them. Something divine. The next time you see your special person, you'll feel it. Not just love, but certainty. The kind of certainty that comes when you know you're exactly where you're meant to be. They'll look at you, and you'll see it in their eyes, the truth they fought for, the choice they made, the love they'll never let go. This isn't just a story. It's a promise. A promise that love, real love, doesn't bend to the noise. It rises above it, shines through it, becomes it. And you? You're the heart of it. The center of a love that's been tested, refined, and proven. A love that's yours, now and always. As the weeks unfolded, your connection grew stronger, not because of what was said, but because of what was chosen. Every day brought new moments, small, quiet, perfect. A shared coffee, a walk under the stars, a conversation that felt like it could go on forever. These weren't just moments, they were proof. Proof that what you have is real, that it's protected, that it's meant to be. And the universe? It's still watching, still moving, still aligning. You'll see it in the way things fall into place, a chance meeting, a random opportunity, a feeling that everything is exactly as it should be. Because it is. You didn't just make it through the storm, you became the light that followed it. So breathe. Trust. Stay. Because this is your story, and it's only just beginning. The universe has plans for you, plans bigger than you can see, plans that will make every moment of doubt feel like a stepping stone to something beautiful. You're not just loved. You're chosen. And that choice, that truth, is the kind of love that lasts forever.